So here's a very quick tip for you if you're playing Path of Exile 2 on the hardcore trade league. Of course, this tip is going to work if you're playing on standard, but it's going to be much more difficult to find these gaps in the market because there's so much more supply of everything in standard than there is in hardcore. Just to show off this point here, if let's say I wanted to buy a Mirror of Kalandra and I had Divine Orbs. There's none. There are no Mirrors of Kalandra in hardcore trade. It's a different world compared to standard. So anyways, so what we're gonna do here is, of course, to make orbs, we're gonna take advantage of gaps in the market. And one of the easiest ways, there are multiple ways of doing this, but I'm just gonna show you an easy example here. Let's say, for instance, I want greed. I have exalted orbs. 1.5 for 1 greed. But of course know that all these distilled emotions can be upgraded. If you didn't know this might be news to you, but in the reforging bench you can just upgrade the ire to guilt, guilt to greed by putting 3 of course in. You get the next step. And greed to paranoia. So in this example I'm going to show you greed to paranoia, right? We need 3 greed. 1 greed is 1.5. That means it's 4.5 exalted for the next step, because you can just put them in the reforging bench. But if you go to paranoia, let's say we put in a paranoia, oh, 1 to 6, that's 1.5 exalted margin. But of course, it's gonna take a little bit of time, because if we flip this and we put in paranoia here to exalted orb, it's gonna be 4 to 1. So if you want to do this trade immediately, it's gonna be 4 to 1. But if we are willing to wait, we're gonna be top of the list. If you put in 1 to 6 on distilled paranoia, which I've done down here, you know. If we're willing to wait, surprisingly often, almost always, this trade is gonna work out, and we're actually gonna be able to trade for a little bit of a profit here. So that's my tip.